Okie dokie. So the latest update in TFD brought us the weapon core system, and some of the bonuses are looking mighty attractive to those of you who are wondering how it can apply to unique weapons, or maybe your new Enduring Legacy, but unfortunately I'm here to let you know that they do not apply to unique weapons, and this is not a bug. This is very much intended, and we'll talk about why, as well as how each individual core bonus functions. Before we get started though, I do need to clarify that if you have not already watched my video on how weapon damage is calculated, please go watch that, as it is going to relate directly to every single core bonus that we end up talking about. To briefly discuss how weapon cores are used and applied, Deslin next to the weapon adjustment console now offers the option to activate the core of a weapon. Once the core is activated, you can now slot cores, and every ultimate weapon has its own unique set of slots, and you can only apply the right color to the right slot unless it's a rainbow slot, in which case you can apply anything. For example, Excava, which is something I used for a lot of my testing, has 2 green slots, a blue slot, and then 2 rainbow slots. No weapon core will ever have more than 5 slots total, and after you apply a weapon core, you have to spend another currency in order to redo it. Starting with the orange cores, we have firearm attack and bonus firearm attack against Colossus. The firearm attack bonus works exactly as you would expect it to. It's like a rifling reinforcement's worth of attack percent, but bonus firearm attack versus Colossus is not quite as clear. It works basically as a percent bonus modifier on top of any bonus firearm attack versus Colossus that you already have. So if you have no bonus Colossus attack on your firearm in your weapon adjustment options, this will not actually do anything. But if you do, it's obviously going to be a massive damage increase. Whenever given the choice between the bonus firearm attack and bonus Colossus attack, the answer will always be Colossus. Next up are the blue cores, and these function identically, if you watch the weapon video, to the gun barrel mods. These won't actually give you elemental attack or attribute attack. These will only benefit the existing attribute attack that you already have. It doesn't matter if it is the base attribute attack of a weapon or the base roll that you got in your weapon adjustment options. It will boost those, but nothing else. Next up are the red cores, where we have weak point damage, firearm crit rate, and firearm crit damage. These work exactly the same as your weapon adjustment options do, just consider them free damage bonuses whenever you have a red core slot. Then we have green, and this is where shit gets fucking crazy. We have attribute status effect trigger rate. This works as a bonus multiplier on top of your existing trigger rate, so if you have a trigger rate of 50% and then you get a 100% roll with your core here, then it would obviously boost it by 50%, giving you 100%. But it's obviously not something you're ever going to really care about, because trigger rate in this game is a fucking joke. Rounds per magazine is absolutely insane, because you can get up to a 78% bonus. And this does work exactly like a magazine mod would or your weapon adjustment option. So for those thinking that the rounds per magazine bonus would be busted, it absolutely is. But right next to it is the fire rate bonus, giving up to a 12% bonus for every green slot that you can manage. And this is actually fucking insane, because fire rate in this game scales ridiculously, as fire rate is a direct percent modifier against the delay between shots, meaning the higher fire rate you have, the more your fire rate will scale towards infinity. And this is very much going to come into play later when we talk about how this would work on unique weapons. Reload time modifier is not that significant though. You do have a reload time modifier cap of, I believe it is 55%, but that is nothing new, and we've been able to reach that using other mods or character bonuses. When it comes to yellow, I have listed all of the caps for their respective bonuses on screen. The only ones we really care about though are sprint speed and grappling hook charge time increase. Because with grappling charge time, you are basically able to make it so your characters can remain suspended in the air indefinitely. Sprint speed is going to be something that a lot of people gravitate towards for the sake of Bunny, but unfortunately, with the cap that we have, you don't really need that much. For Bunny in particular, you only actually ever want 1 sprint speed roll to bring you to the cap after Speed of Light is active. As for everyone else though, yes, you will absolutely benefit from more than 1 sprint speed roll, but for Bunny in particular, again, you only want 1 roll. For purple cores, they work identically to the Colossus attack bonus that we mentioned before, but now they are in a completely separate category, and I kind of think that's stupid, because unless they're in the same category as the Colossus attack, there is no person on this planet that will ever want to have both Colossus and a fucking faction roll on their weapon, because you're never going to roll in your weapon adjustment options a fucking faction roll when you could roll instead a Colossus roll. The reason why it will never apply to unique weapons, as we discussed earlier, because I've seen a lot of people complaining that it must be a bug. It isn't. You guys have pondered whether rounds per magazine would be good for Haley or for Freyna or any shit like that. I offer you something better. Lepic. We already know that we put fire rate mods on his weapon, so that way it will boost his overkill skill. If you've watched my Lepic video, you already know about that. And we can already get up to some pretty high shot counts based on the fire rate bonuses that we can apply. But we know that with the green cores, if we were able to apply them, every single green core would give up to a maximum of 12% fire rate. And Excava has 2 free core slots, as well as 2 green core slots, meaning that Excava could add up to a 48% fire rate bonus. But let's take a look at Lepic's shot count and how it changes based on just 1 core being added each time. So if we go into the code here and we uncomment this, 12% bonus on top of what we already have changes this shot count from 15 to 19. And then if we change it again, we go to minus another 0.12, then that will change from 19 to 25. And then we'll do it again, minus 0.12. So this is 3 green cores. This changes from 25 to 39. And then if we change it again, it goes from 39 up to, where is it? 96. Lepic would deal 182 million damage to poor fucking Devourer after DR factors in. Lepic would literally be able to go around and sneeze and immediately just blow any boss out of the water. It wouldn't matter. It could be Infernal Walker, it could be Deathstalker in a group. You could solo 4-man a fucking Deathstalker with Lepic. So for the people that inevitably say that these stats should be applying to unique weapons, no, they should not. Because if they did, Lepic could get out 44 fucking shots before Firearm Master expired. We do not need this in the game right now. All right. If you guys are familiar with my damage calculator site between skills and weapons, I will be adding another option on the comparison tool that will let you compare the different cores of a given slot on your weapon. So that way, if you're ever curious between a rainbow slot on which core should go where, you can see which options would actually be best for you.